Hey guys, this is me. I hope you're doing well these days and you're taking care of yourselves and your loved ones. I know it's a very weird time right now, but we'll pass through it if we just stay home and rest. And don't forget to practice social distancing as much as you can. Don't go out if you don't have any errands to do. Now that it's all boring inside the house sometimes and you're kind of sick of everything, you're sick of the shows, you're sick of just roaming around the internet, I just thought I should draw something, and I really don't know where can I find my reference photos from that actually can spark my creativity. So why not? I thought, why not just find a random scene out of a game? Happens that I'm playing Witcher right now at the moment, and I thought it might be a good idea to just find a random scene and get going with it. Just draw something. So let's start. I also have to say I'm very sorry about the audio. I don't have a microphone right now, but as soon as I can get my hands on one, I'll just buy it and everything's gonna be fine. But for now, just bear with me and I hope that you can hear me well. On another note, I found it difficult to find landscapes to draw because in the first part of the game, every single landscape is kind of dark and it's meant to portray the actual theme of war and poverty and such. And I think it would have been better for me to wait to actually finish the base game and go to Toussaint because Toussaint has the best landscapes ever, and it is based on Italian and French architecture. That's fine, nobody cares. I'm gonna do this next time. Well, travel all this way out here to just find two peasants chilling and drinking. Well, a nice world to live in, I gotta admit. Yeah, well, let's see if we can take a screenshot out of this view. There's a nice view out here. Cool. I just gotta say that the best character in this game is Roach. Props to Roach, because this horse hasn't left my back ever since I started the game. There's been Triss, there's been Yennefer, there's been Dandelion, but they're all like, I don't know, temporary. I just love this horse. He doesn't say anything, but it's so iconic, the fact that Geralt is talking with the horse all the time. It's really sweet. Damn. So let me just zoom in and see if we can reach these birds. It would be really cool in real life if you could just reach out to some bird and catch it midair with your bare hands. Like, that would be the coolest thing ever to witness. So I've reached the market and let me just walk around and see what we can find here. I see a lot of houses, a lot of people walking around, and there could be some potential good scenes. I see, what are those? Dragons or some kind of birds? I don't know. All I gotta say about this game that I'm actually glad that in this century we're not burning books, because I would literally cry. I mean, just see a bunch of books in the middle of a market burning. It's a sight that you don't want to see. Seriously. Uh, What's up with that kid? He looks like he's gonna be an arsonist later in life. I don't know. Like, yay, destruction, rebellion, yay. Anyway, so I do remember that I had a few friends that were spitting fire back then, and I remember that it was so badass to me to see girls doing this. I guess I live in a country where women are not supposed to do that, or not even supposed to do that, are they're perceived as being kind of weird or an outcast, and that is kind of sad. Well, at least my generation is open-minded. Well, for example, my grandmother used to wear like skirts and dresses all the time, and she waited for my grandfather with food on the table, and it was kind of that stereotypical family that you always see in the 50s, 60s, something like that. But we're still exploring our passions and our hobbies, even though there is still some sort of generational gap going on. So, as you can see, the main challenge of this drawing was actually finding the right paper with the right tools to create, and I've actually screwed it up a little bit because the paper was a little bit too textured for my own taste, and I didn't really know how to fill the spots on the paper with the tools. I also believe that the colors were a little bit too muddy and too strong for the small drawing itself. And I also think that I could have done the drawing digitally, like in digital art, and it would have been better suited for the actual drawing. During the digital drawing, you can actually zoom in on some parts of the drawing and actually have a better control over what you're doing there. I really like the theme. I like the fact that it's whimsical. It's something that you don't really find in reference photos unless you're doing extensive work in actually finding more inspiration in other people's works. And it's quicker, it's fun on the quarantine, and you can actually consider it doing like a scavenger hunt. Why not? What's on my plate next? I was thinking of doing more sketches and studies of different animals, different landscapes and textures and everything rather than finished pieces. Because I constantly draw women and they don't really have any expression. They don't really have a story. And in most of the pictures that you find online, like on Instagram, there are girls that don't really have an expression or they have a very neutral expression on their face, like a half open mouth, or they just smile a little bit and that's it. And because of this, I found that I'm kind of stuck in a rut. So I came with this idea that I can make a trash sketchbook in which I'm gonna draw whatever I want without judgment, without criticism, or any of that stuff. Just me, the paper, no limits, no expectations. Just me and my subconscious, kind of a therapy in which I can meditate and heal a little bit from all the drama and the anxiety that came up with the lockdown and everything. So keep watching, and I'm just gonna put some good music here. Well, I hope you liked my video, so please comment, share, and subscribe for supporting me. And I'll see you next time.